morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your host, your girl, the best that ever did it, Reese Cup. And today is Friday. We're going to call this Freaky Friday. I have a panel of guests today to make it even fun Freaky Friday. I have some guest panels today. All my guests are men today. And you'll be able to ask them men question. And I have some questions for uh, the men. I originally wanted to ask the question, are men sensitive? Is it okay for men to be sensitive? Then I thought about it. I was like, after talking it over with my producer, even if these men are sensitive, they're not going to admit they're sensitive. I mean, because that's a unmanly thing to do, I guess, to admit that you're sensitive and all that good stuff. So then we said, well, let's look up the definition of what sensitive really means. And it's sensitive meaning part of it means like quick to react. And I'm like, wow. So when if you're quick to react, that makes you sensitive. I'm like, wow. Then I thought about it. When we do stuff or how we act, and the people immediately act, immediately response, and quick to react, yeah, I guess that do make you a little sensitive. But I was talking about the sensitive type being more of an emotional connection, especially an emotional connection to women. I was thinking of the sensitivity part about a man feeling. And then I got that, then I started thinking, I said, well, then actually that's being caring and nurturing. So if a man is caring and nurturing, does that make him sensitive? A man could care because they what things do men care about? They care about what? Their jobs, their women, their children, their sports. Um, really, what do they care about? Well, like I said, we have a panel of men from the plug, and these gentlemen are different from one to another. So all of them are not like-minded. They don't think alike. These individuals are just that individual, but they all are men. See what I'm saying? But everybody got a different viewpoint and perspective. So today, I thought it would be great to chime in to see how these men feel, you know, out here in the world of men and being men and all that good stuff. And my female listeners, please ask them questions. Please ask them, what do you want to know on, because you're going to get several different responses because these are several different men. But ask them, like, what do you want to, something that you want to know, or why do men do this, or why do men do that? When we say men, we don't mean necessarily these men. We just mean men in general. So, maybe they can clear up some of the myths. The man, the myths, the legend. So, um, Molly, and I forgive me, my vision, I'm really, really working with low vision because my eyes are dilated and I'm having difficulty seeing. So, if I can get my producer to jump in, chime in when he can, he got to be my voice. We're going to lip sync. You're going to see my lips moving, but you're going to hear his voice.
Yeah, you know
Molly,
I'm right here with you. We got my boy Rico in the house. I know Butterman and
What's up,
DJ
family?
Slicky Woo in here. What up with y'all?
What's
good
up? What's
morning.
up?
Let go Butterman.
I
Good
can't see
morning.
none of the
Why are
people.
some men so sensitive? That's the question for y'all men today. We'll see who I want to get it started. You there with us, Slicky Woo? Nah, he just got his picture up, so we just put him hit the private chat slick when you back in here.
Yeah, we just need the voice. You could put any kind of picture you want up. We just, need to make sure we hear your voice and response. So Slicky is getting it back in. And who else do we got in?
That's Butterman and
Shea
Rico.
Butter Baby. We got Mr. Ernest Wiggins. He is our celebrity. He
Yeah,
is one of the ones that actually was on television.
yeah.
Ernest, introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello world. I don't know about the celebrity part, but it's your man, the butter man, D-C in the building right here. Live on the Rishi Show. We're going to see what we do up in here today. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. He live on the show. Who else we got in the building, Maul?
Rico with dirty wings.
Rico with dirty wings. That's my edutainer. Virgo love, Virgo love. Introduce
Virgo.
yourself, Rico.
Well, good morning, Queen Althea. I am Rico, Mr. I Give a Damn Jam, Angel with Dirty Wings. Here to do what we do. Let's chop it up today, baby.
All right. All right. So, ladies, you see our panel of esteemed guests. These three men, and each could be no different from north to south to east to west. They're all different. So, we're going to get their perspective on things that are men. Oh, and we got Molly Mall. I can't forget my $1 million moments. Molly Mall, my super producer. And I thank you very much because Molly is going to be my eyes and ears for this segment for various medical reasons, you know. But he is in the house with me. That's my angel, and he got clean wings.
So I got clean wings, Rick.
Hey, look, everybody's challenged right now, so I don't know.
I know, right? Let's get to the questions. What questions you got for him, Reese? You got their time, you know, Butterman. Next 10 minutes, he gonna have to be gone somewhere.
He's making the deliveries. That's what he do, you know. Oh, okay. The first question I want to ask them: how was it growing up for them? Were they did they grow up in a household with a single mom by herself or with the mom and dad? And how, if so, yes or no, how was it different from your other friends and stuff growing up? How was your upbringing? How do you think?
Uh, Butter, you want to go?
Sure. Well, me personally, I'm a, I was born and raised in a single family home. Born and raised in Bury Farms, Southeast DC, just me and my mom's. Uh, was it hard? I mean, sometimes it's hard. I would say this. I would definitely mention this. When I was growing up, my mother would not allow me to go down to the basketball court down Bury Farms, like where they have the Goodman League at, because it was like about 3 blocks away. So she was not allowing me to walk down there like that far. But you know, all my other friends were like, "Yeah, your mom's mean. Your mom's mean." But yeah, my mom wouldn't let me walk 3 blocks in Bury Farms. That's just the way it was back then.
Wow. And back then we was talking about the 70s, early 80s and 70s, right?
Yeah, 70s and 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rico, what about you?
I was a product of a teenage love, so I was fortunate to have aunts. Like I was born in Southeast Benning Road, 51st, and I was also blessed to have my uncle, my mom's big brother and sister, just like my father's big brother and sister. And when you have teenage parents, you know what I'm saying, basically the next, it's like almost like on a team, next person up. So I would grow up in Southeast and Uptown, Fourth and Upshur with my Uncle Jerry. When I'd be in Virginia with my father's side, it would be with my aunt, you know what I'm saying? So I learned seeing stuff from different age groups, and then my own parents, they were young, so I was growing up with them. So it is what it is. I learned different styles of how to live life from the OGs to the young parents I grew up with too. So it's different neighborhoods, what I'm saying, different households, and I learned a lot that way. At first, I didn't like it. I used to see my friends and buddies who would be like in one neighborhood their whole life, and I thought that'd be like, oh, but I see that God gave me a lot of versatility, and it suited me down the road in life.
Okay, okay. What one lesson in your childhood that you heard your parents say, or what lesson did you learn that you definitely apply to your adulthood, had to bring over with you, saying like mom never lied or aunt and uncle, they never lied, going to adulthood, going to your manhood.
Huh. Um, you know, Basically, I mean, it was so many jewels. It really was. For my mother, it was just more about character. Don't let the outside exterior that you might be blessed with be the thing that you think you got to get endorsed for. Being of good character is the best way to handle yourself. You ain't pissing ginger ale or shitting brownies was her favorite term. So
You ain't what?
my mother would say when people would be lost in their own illusions of grandeur about who they are, she'd be like, hey, just remember, ain't nobody pissing ginger ale or shitting brownies. So you know what I'm saying, carry it a certain type of way.
Okay, same question to you, Ernest.
Oh wow! I mean, Rico kind of hit it though. It's a lot of. It was like a lot of those little comments that parents made. You know what I mean? Like you never thought that like 20, 30 years later down the road, like you'll be using them on your kids. You know what I mean? Or not taking your own advice. I mean, like one of the ones that kind of stuck with me was like, you ain't got a pot to piss in, or a toilet, or you ain't got a pot to piss in, or a window to throw it out of. And like,
Yeah.
and it was like, who came up with that concept? But then as I got older, I'm like, well, I don't own no land. This toilet ain't mine, and this ain't my window. So, like, I kind of get it. You know what I mean?
You kind of got what were they saying? What was they saying? What
Yeah.
would, as a child, this is going back to you guys' childhood, because I'm bringing you from boys to men status. I'm trying to layer the growth, that I wanted to expound on with men. As a child, if you want to share.
Well, excuse me, Reese.
Oh, hey, Slicky Woo Boo, you in the building? Hey, Slick, thanks for joining us, coming back. Now we got to play catch up with you.
I mean, you just skipping all over.
I didn't know you was back. I can't see you. I'm sorry. I could just hear you. So Slicky is back. So answer the other two questions, Slick. The first question was how did you grow up?
Okay.
Did you grow up a single family home, or was your mom and dad? Did you have that nucleus?
Well,
and how was it coming up?
You could say I had both ways, because I had a stepfather. He had to have an outside family, because he would go off sometime we would say for a whole month, sometimes 2 months, before he would come back home. And so I grew up like that. And I love, he talked about when his mother told him he didn't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out. My mother's was you ain't gonna be able to shovel shit from an elephant.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Okay.
And working for Universal Circus doing their music, right? And I told my mother when I got the job, I said, guess what, Mama? I'm working for the circus and I ain't shoveling elephant shit.
That's you, Slicky Woo. So and then the second question: what was the saying that stuck with you through your childhood, through your adulthood, where you can look back and say, "Yeah, my parents was right," or something that they told you?
I didn't get that. I couldn't hear you too good.
What was the saying, or something that you experienced or went through that your parents?
Well, I can say my parents was right in some.
Somebody listening to it and actually on the show, somebody got to cut their show off.
We got to mute the show, huh?
I'm getting a blinking sound.
Okay. Is everybody good if they put their if you're listening to the show, you put that on mute? And okay. So what was the answer, Slicky? What you grow up with saying? Slicky, are you with us?
Well, I was saying that my mother and stepdad taught me about going out here and earning the money. Now you have to earn it. Get that money, go out here, get a job, get that money and earn it.
Okay, so that stuck with you. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the questions that brought you through the childhood. My second set of questions we getting when you getting a little older, right? Um, because I'm building layers with all three of these guys. All three of these guys are different. Okay, let's just dive right into if they want to share this. If they want to share now, Ernest smiling because he must be yeah. Here come the bull. Your first love, your first crush. I didn't say sex. I said the first time you had a crush on on somebody. Do you remember how old you were and what that was like?
Oh, I'm gonna go
Well,
first. Well, for the record, let me just state as a man, the only person I think about is my fiance right now. I love her dearly. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get engaged. So she's the only person I can really say I really think about. But let me
No, no,
deep.
no. We gotta say we Tim on there. Your first, not your last, but your first.
Nah, I know. I would say like well, from what I can recall, okay, because I'm a little bit up there, but from what I recall, I did recall dating a female in high school. She was very nice at the time. We had a good connection. I thought all is well. But I will be honest with you and the rest of the world. I had to make a choice, and I made my decision. And it was her, or it pretty much was her or the streets. So I actually I chose the streets.
Hey, within
And
the streets
so
was your first love.
like in theory, she's doing well now. I still see pictures of her online. She's married, have great kids. She has kids. They're doing great. So she's doing fantastic. So it seemed like it worked out well for everybody in the end.
Really? So no regrets, no retreat, no surrender, no regrets. Okay.
Oh,
And it sounded
nah.
like Ernest, the streets was your first love. You was like, forget that. I'm going to the streets, girl.
It's funny.
I'm walking to the basketball court now. Rico,
yes,
same
yes.
question.
Recite the question again. Give it to me again.
Your first love.
What about her?
When was it? When was it?
I mean, you know what? When you like in that like adolescent stage, about 13, there was this girl, didn't even know she liked me in junior high school. I'm liking her buddy though, right? And so me and my buddy both was in the same home ec class and shit, right? So it was like I wanted to talk to this young lady. She, beautiful brown skinned sister, but she like my boy. My boy wanted to, and I was like, listen, man, listen, if it's gonna go to anybody, you you're a good dude, you're my man. So he was like, but yo, they both told me one day, they was like, my homegirl like you. I'm like, what's this consolation prize? You know what I'm saying? Who is this? She got a nice personality type, joint like, oh Lord, who this is gonna look like? But when I seen her, she was a beautiful young lady. She really dug me. It caught me off guard, and I started really feeling for her, right? You know what I'm saying? But my mother was making me live on my father's side in a couple months because I was cutting up, and we wound up having to leave. And we ain't had social media back then, so we was writing each other. It was like she called my mother before I moved and was begging her not to go, begging her to let me stay. We wound up hooking up a couple years later after I got back from my father's side, and we still friends to this day. Not on anything like that, but she's a Facebook friend from the old days, and it just showed me that hey, if you really dig somebody, you don't even know what love is at 13. You just be feeling these crazy emotions, but then when you get sent away, it increased. For like 3 years, I thought about that girl. Then when I got back up to the high school, we was going to the same high school. We became friends again for a while, for a couple years. And then, we went on our separate ways. She got kids, we grown. And, it's respect to these peoples out there. You know what I mean? That was my first one.
Okay. Slicky, you? Slicky.
DJ.
My first love has always been music.
His first love been music.
My first love has always been music, always will be music.
Okay, so music over hoes any day.
First, when I was in the 4th grade, and most girls at that age, when I was going to school, they weren't as advanced as she was. She was like a grown woman, but she was in the 4th grade. She knew about sex. stuff. She took me up on the roof, gave me my first tongue kiss, all that good stuff. You know, she caused me to get a terrible ass whooping from my mother.
Wow.
What kind of fourth graders was you?
But years later down the line, we got back together and seen each other, and we dated for a little while.
How old was you in the fourth grade? Y'all doing teenage stuff.
I really didn't even.
Experimenting, and that's all it was.
Slicky is special. He always Slicky.
She was advanced. That girl was ready.
Yeah.
Took you up on the roof, gave him the kiss and everything in the fourth grade.
I told you that at 13. I told you at 13 I lost my daddy to a 16-year-old girl.
There was some time.
You don't remember me telling you that?
Okay. All right. Do our audience have any questions for the men, Molly? Are the girls
These
looking?
girls here in Baltimore fast.
I think Slicky fast too.
Nah, no questions. No questions
yet, and we're on the YouTube channel. Okay.
Real,
So,
hey, Reese, real recognize real, so that's why people don't have questions. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Yeah.
Hey, look, Reese, Nene said it's not coming across.
Hey, I'm gonna come out and come back in because
Molly's not on YouTube.
On my end for some reason.
Man, Slicky, your service bad over there.
Yeah, that Baltimore, man. Get that Baltimore club music out here.
Try to come out and come back in.
He won't go out and come back in. And Nene said it's not on YouTube. We gotta bring it up.
It's on YouTube. It's definitely on YouTube. I can send it to her on YouTube.
Okay, send the link out to the world.
Right.
Okay. Now, when did y'all? This is the next question. I know Slicky gonna have an answer for that. When was your manhood first tested and you had to knuckle up and represent and stand your ground? Was it early on or later on, huh?
What'd you say, Reese?
When was your manhood tested? When you had to knuckle up and stand your ground? When you had to whip some ass? That ass up.
All my life I had to fight. All my life I had to fight. So I mean, I grew up in a boxing family. I was thrown in the deep end real early at 8 years old. I mean, me and my cousins, first cousin, we was all punching each other in the face. We did that every week, all year round, to the point where we would shop at such a young age. I'm thankful because y'all was talking about sensitivity, but if you got a good heart, you really ain't trying to hurt people. You know what I'm saying?
No. When you had to stand your ground to protect yourself, not playing with the cousins, Rico.
You talking about a fight in the street, Reese?
Yeah, I'm talking about when you had to knuckle up and stand your ground.
Public school. That shit was like first grade, second grade. That shit was early. Early.
Y'all had to man up early?
Yeah. Kids, they always want to pick on you. They always want to find out who the little youngin is that came in their school, and they get their head lumped. Anytime I came through, I got a good record. You could ask around about me. PG County, DC, anywhere. I'm not going to wear
lump. They were like, they gonna lump right there. You about to lump that?
They gonna fuck with you. Funny. They are crazy. I'm telling you, they'll mess with you until you put your hands up. First grade, first day of school. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going. And I ain't playing.
Wow. You too, Ernest?
Yeah, I would say my overall definitely with my cousins, my family. As we was growing up, you know, like that was like our little practice. But I would say like my real test for real was definitely when I moved down Bury Farms. I think it was like probably like it was definitely within the first like 3-4 months I moved there. Like it was like a gang of them motherfuckers. Like it was like everybody wanted to see who was to fight. So it was like fuck it. I mean, excuse me. It was like forget it, you know, like we just gotta take you all on. You know what I mean? That was my first major encounter. But since then, it's like man, I don't care. It's like I know I'm gonna hit and I know I'm gonna get hit. So it's just a matter of just making sure I don't fucking fall down. That's all that is to me.
Okay, Slicky, first fight where you had to stand the ground as a man, be a man, where you had to knuckle up. Slick
ain't back with us yet.
Nigga don't believe in fighting, man. Don't you know that man? That man don't believe in no violence.
I'm
Yeah,
fat.
man.
I keep hearing the clip.
You know, he's the daycare bully,
Yes,
elementary bully, middle school. That nigga's bully all the way through. They put his ass out.
wait a minute. Molly said the daycare bully, not the
Yeah, he
daycare
started
bully.
off early. That nigga's in the pamper
here.
bullying kid.
Damn.
Slick
Can
Ed,
y'all hear me?
We
yeah.
can hear you now.
Can you hear
What up?
me?
Yeah, we
Can you hear
you.
me? You talking about me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you, bully.
Hey,
I
just
hear
slow
the
it up.
comments,
Ask me
Marley
some
Marl.
To be more bully.
I can't help it that I can fight, always could fight, would fight. I fought teachers and everything.
See, that's slick.
You don't put your hand on me. I don't put my hand on you. Don't put your hand on me. I don't play that.
Respect.
Play that.
What school did you go to, Slicky? You telling me, Slicky, when
what's
you
the
grew up, your
question?
teachers wasn't putting hands on you?
He hit their ass back.
Really? Wow.
And I would tear their ass up. I gave one teacher 7 stitches with his own ruler stick.
Oh shit.
Man. School you went to, man. Like, no.
That's what I said.
What school you was
It
expelled
was
from?
a school full of teachers, full of suckers. Our teachers would have beat the shit out of Slick.
They put me out. When they put me out in the 4th grade, I had to go see a counselor for 3 months, a psychiatrist for 6.
Ron in the comments said this dude talk a lot of trash, be the first to run. Say what up, one finger DJ.
And
One
whoever,
finger deep.
tell,
Okay,
tell
Ron,
whoever
you
that
supposed
is,
to have been in the group
tell
too,
whoever
Ron.
that is, come fuck with Slicky and find out.
That was
I'm
Ron.
about to send him the
Ron
link.
and Monty was supposed to be in the group too. You know, I don't know where Monty is.
Ron, I'm going to put
Ron
you
and
up
Monty
anyway. You ain't
listen.
got my motherfucking money.
All right, then we ain't fighting today on the show. Okay,
Oh
Ron, you
yeah.
ain't got my money. I'm fucking you up anyway.
Yeah.
so okay.
$100.
Now the topic of the show today, guys, was sensitivity. And me and my producer, we was going over some things, and we was saying that the word sensitivity it's got so many different meanings. So this is the meaning that I'm not saying that you're sensitive, that you're part of the LGBTQ community, but sensitivity as part as being in your emotions and your feelings and your compassion for one another. That type of sensitivity. We want to know what makes a man, and what makes him feel. You know what I mean? What makes you hurt? What makes you cry? What things you like and what things you don't like. Okay. Um. We're gonna start with you. We're gonna go to Ernest, then we're gonna go to Slicky. We're gonna switch the order around. Now, sensitivity side. What type of things make you cry? What are you so passionate about that could bring you to tears? My man.
That is a question and a
My
half.
mother whooped the ass. They ain't stop shit. She whooped my ass. I go to school and take it out on the teacher.
Yeah, I'm out to mute you, Slick. You gotta stay in the pecking order, man. You can't just cut everybody off. It's Rico first, and then you, man.
All right. Well,
hey, Slicky ready.
Yo, I mean, the things that it's about being passionate. The one thing it probably would be my 8-year-old daughter. Basically that could bring me situations where the emotions could be high for that. Like somebody messing with my daughter is basically gonna have me going 0 to 100. But being balanced, manhood, seeing manhood in the hood is a beautiful thing when you can see a brother that's balanced. It's not crying for every single thing. I mean, we got tear ducts for a reason. So, things that, hit me like my mother passing of breast cancer. Those are the type of, things that might have brought me to tears. Hardships, I'm used to dealing with it. I've been, here for quite a while. So, but the only things that might prick my heart like that is if I see somebody I really love that's really, suffering for no reason at all, or some type of injustice has been done to them and it's got me so hot. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do what I want to do with it, But for the most part, you know, it's just balance. You know what I mean? My daughter is the only thing that, you know, I can say if my lady is hurt or going through something, you know, I'm going to be prayed up for. But at this stage in my life, I have a healthier emotional IQ. I'm not going to let everything just bother me or set me off like that. I'm, you know, my response, my energy is valuable. I'm not just going to let anything, you know, just trigger me. And I'm always still healing and working on myself. So I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm answering your question right, but I think that's pretty much it. That's, you know, my daughter, anyone that I really love, my sister, anybody that's, you know, going through anything like that, it may bring some sadness, but, you know, we balanced here at this age of 49, grown man. Emotions is I'm not going to just be having it fly all over the place. Got to have some good emotional IQ at this stage.
Right. So you got most of all, you're saying you got control over your feelings.
I mean, it took a while to get there. Please, anybody who's really solid, it took work. You don't just it doesn't just happen by osmosis. You don't just get here in a world where, you know what I'm saying, you have teenage parents. I had a stepfather who, you know, for years I didn't like, I couldn't stand. And, you know what I'm saying, these type of things do things to your emotion. Your mother's growing. She might have a sharp tongue. You got different aunts. You got different things that, you know, mess with your emotions. And if you ain't healing, and you done forgave auntie so-and-so, you done forgave your mother for certain wild she said, I mean, outrageous stuff by the closest people that you love can hurt the hell out of you. So I had to go back and heal all the younger versions of me all the way up until now and stay working on that. And, you know, uncle, aunt, whoever it was that your past, your child traumas, you got to really work through that, because by the time you get grown, you be like snapping off for anything. But it's really the younger versions of you that's still kind of blown from the way somebody handled you. So I got empathy for mental hygiene specialists or people who are in that realm of like doing their best to work on their past, present, and now. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
All right. I love that answer. I love that. That's what I'm talking about. E, the same question.
Hey, for real, like, let's just be real, America. Like, how do you follow up off a response like that? Let's just be real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you respond off of something like that?
Bye. Great day.
You know, you got wisdom.
I mean, you know, I try to be a little bit more simplistic. You know what I mean, you're very deep, Rico. You know what I mean? That's why I like chatting it up with you. You know what I'm saying? You can go deep in the roots for real. Me, on the other hand, I'm more like, I don't like to use full words when I can use two. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to expound on things for people to really get the message.
Explain that, Ernest. With 4 words when you can use 2. What do you mean? Bye? But I mean,
yeah. So I've been told like a lot of times that I speak business with people. You know what I mean? Like I get right to the nitty gritty of it. You know what I mean? Whereas though you have to build value with things sometimes, which means it requires you to speak a little bit longer in depth. Sometimes you want to make sure your message come across, you know, a lot more clear. You want to make sure that everybody really gets the picture of what you're saying. Me personally, I come to the door like, yo, I need $500,000. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you why I need $500,000, but I need $500,000. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm, you know, that's not necessarily always the best approach, but I try not to use too many words. You know, I just try to get my message across. But you gotta always, you know, remember your audience, because sometimes you gotta expound on things for real. But that's why we the plug. That's why we work well together. You know, Rico, Marley, and all them. Like when they talk, I listen. You know what I'm saying? So it helps me. I help them. We help one another. That's just what we do. But to answer your question, I sat back here even when Rico was speaking, and I was like honestly thinking like, yo, when was the last time I cried for real? You know what I mean? Like I was really trying to sit down and try to figure out when it was. You know what I mean? Because I lost a lot of friends, family, you know, real close ones a lot. I mean, but it was like, yo, when was the last time you cried? Because I found that, like, that's a weakened point for me. You know, it's an expression point for me, but I was probably like one of my weak moments. It had to be like if someone very close to me passed away. It had to be like one of my family members or something. It had to be a family member if I did. That whole this is a deep question you got going on right here, but I feel it really is, because like it's such a broad question. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out the right way to narrow it down, but for me personally, you know, I just feel as though like when we talk about being sensitive, you know, things like that, I come to find out like my mom's, as Rico was saying, like my mom's my lady, you know what I mean? Like my grandkids, you know what I mean? Like if there's anything that can set me off, you know what I mean, it's something happening to them, you know what I mean, on a terrible level, you know what I mean? Like natural things happen, you know what I mean? But something unnaturally happens, they're involved. Like, those are my trigger points for me personally. You know what I mean? But everybody's different. You know what I mean? Everybody holds things a little bit more dear to heart than others. We all at different times and different places in our lives. So we're willing to accept certain things and we're willing to not accept certain things depending on where we are in life. So for me, my family, my close ones, they mean everything to me for real. You know what I mean? Like without them, there's no need for me to be here for real. That's how I feel about my family.
Slicky?
Yeah.
Good answer too, Ernest.
Yeah.
Good. Where's Slicky?
Slicky got caught with the Squeegee Boys. The Squeegee Boys got him.
Oh, that's real because we saw him when I was down in Baltimore Wednesday.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. What's wrong with Squeegee Boy reception
Can you
today?
hear me?
Yes. What's the answer, Slick?
All right. For me, growing up,
Molly, what's going on with Slick?
For me, growing up the way I did, our family was family every day. From uncles, aunts. I mean, I just seen it every day. And growing up like that played a major part in my life because I thought that's how you handled everything. At one time in my life, you handle it with violence. But as I got older and the people I had met and been around helped to teach me to change my thinking.
Right.
No, I'm not on the same. I'm asking you a question about me being the way I am now to the way I was when I was younger.
No, we was talking about emotional.
And, I've changed a whole heck of a lot because this sit down, chill out guy here, I never thought I would see that day from what they were when I was younger.
You on the delay,
I don't jump
baby?
into fights and all that stuff now like I used to.
Slick.
I'm more of a chill out guy. You gotta really push it now.
Okay, we want.
Yeah, Slick, your connection is messed up, man. It ain't us. It's only you. I don't know what's going on. We hear like every other word, and you not understanding the question, so you can't hear us. You answering a whole nother question.
That's
She asked,
Dawn.
what make you sensitive? Like, what make you emotional? Like, if something happened to your wife, your grandkids, or anything, do that make you emotional? Like, what makes Slicky cry? I know it's probably nothing, but what makes Slicky cry? Slicky.
Somebody take my music.
Oh shit!
Somebody take my music.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Music will make DJ Slicky woo boo.
My mother, somebody do something to my mom's, my wife.
Oh God. Now what happened to grandma? Grandma passed and didn't make you cry? Or nobody else? No, you didn't get emotional, or you didn't feel like emotional, not to an object, inanimate object, but to a real. Did he click out?
He lost connection. He was hanging in there, man.
It's okay. It's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back.
Pop back in.
He'll be back. Now, Ernest Rico, when you guys are in a relationship, is it okay to be emotional or sensitive to your woman needs, to be able to connect on that level? Or is it that you say, I don't understand this woman? Or do you try to break her down, figure it out what's going on? Some men would be like, how's your day? And she crying. They be like, oh, let me leave. You crying. They don't want to even ask why you crying. They just want to get away from you because you on one. But some men want to know, baby, what's wrong? Why are you feeling this way? What's causing this? And want to, help you, is emotional with you. I'm asking you guys, you three guys, because Slicky's back. Are you the type of dude that'll be like, hey, how's your day? And she's crying. You be like, never mind, and walk away? Or are you going to find out, hey, what the fuck going on? Why you feeling the way you feeling? We're going to start with you, Ernest.
Well, my piece of advice, is to first know your woman or your mate. I think that would be like probably the most. That's definitely going to help you answer that question, because everybody's reaction, to that person is going to vary. I would say, I mean, me personally, I listened to my lady. When she called yesterday, she was saying she had a hard day at work, and she was like saying her back was hurting like that. It didn't take a rocket scientist to be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Back rub is in motion. I mean, like, it didn't take a lot. It just took for me to listen to her. You know what I mean? I think you can go a long way by doing that with the mate instead of criticizing them. You know what I mean? Instead of knocking them down, you kind of build each other up. I thought that was like the whole purpose of a relationship. That's just me. Am I quite answering your question, or am I off target a little bit here?
No, you're. That's what I wanted to know, because a lot of dudes be like, I ain't dealing with the female shit. I'm going over here and chill with my boys. Let her work it out. But you're saying that you're listening to your spouse or your mate, and you're trying to figure out what is causing her hurt or discomfort, and then you're trying to meet the need by helping her rectify that little situation or what she's in. That's good. That's definitely good. First thing, you listen. Y'all ladies out there listening, Shea Butter Man, he listens. That's a good thing to us women. But he taking, but that's just letting y'all know. So, but he taking. And look, all of these men are taking, but we gonna get some inside, a little tidbit. See, that's the kind of man you would want, to have a man that listens to you. Not saying the man that do what you do, but he hear you crying out. That kind of listen. There's two types of listening. Not listening to you so you can tell them, do this, do this, do this, do that. No, we're not talking about that. One that hears you when you're talking and can meet your needs. She may not say, oh, Ernest, my back hurt. She may say, ow, my back hurt. But right away, he jumping in, decided, okay, let me help her ease that pain. I love that. Okay. Slicky, same question.
Slicky, they'll probably know the question. Man, he got kicked out. Rico.
I'm still getting this jumping sound. I can't hear y'all clearly.
Okay. Hey, when it comes to what you was talking about, both of y'all, it was like saying there's a difference in listening. You can hear something, and then you also could be listening. And I think that the world needs better listeners. Knowing your lady, like he said, is like just like knowing yourself. If you don't know who you're dealing with, you're not going to respond in certain ways. Me having, like I said, having a lot of aunts and uncles, a lot of aunts, I always saw the different hard work they did. So, I like to be hands-on. I like to learn, I like to listen. I do talk my share. But with me personally, I think that's the best thing to do, is to really listen. And whatever you guys are going through, each day is tough for each person. So keep that in mind. As far as sensitivity, like I said, having a good emotional IQ of your own. Y'all come from different, places. And then when y'all come together as one, it's still a learning process. It's an ongoing process. It's a marathon of love, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know everything. But if you guys are in tune, and I think you definitely need to be prayed up, because God can give you some insight on how to handle it yourself with them as well as together. So, keep on learning. That's one thing. You definitely have to have a good IQ in relationships to know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Slicky, the question. Can you hear me now, Slick?
I test them the question too.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good guy.
You want to answer the question?
Do I listen to my wife and care for her feelings without her asking?
Yeah, that's the best way I can put it for you to
Is that
understand.
the question?
Yeah.
Reese
Yeah.
question was a paragraph. I can't remember.
The question, Slicky, what type of dude are you? If you see
Yeah,
something,
I don't have to ask her feelings. Most of the time, I know.
uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. You know, okay.
Hey, Marley, send me this screenware or what directly to my page, directly on my page, not in the group. Because I'm taking this out of the group, and every time I take it, it's flipping, going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably because there's more viewers keep coming in. We up to 9 now. Like every
Okay.
time a view, but that's Slicky Connection. That's out Baltimore, man. They doing them wrong out there. They doing them wrong out there. We gotta get my man in here.
That he gonna tell his mate or his wife what to think, cause he already know what she think. That's not listening.
You know you tired, girl. Go to bed.
I'm gonna tell you what you
Man.
thinking. That's Slicky,
That's
but that's
my
how my
man.
brother is. I love my brother deeply, but I get on him all the time, and that's why he keeps saying he gonna swell my lips up. I said, "Oh no,
Lips.
Lips Incorporated." Slicky want to tell you what to do. He said, "I already know what you're thinking because I told her what to think." So that's what Slicky.
He
Slicky
said, "What's
old
up,
school.
everybody?" He said his connection got COVID.
Hey,
That's funny.
how Slicky connection get COVID? Might be.
That's funny.
Oh, Ace, you would be a good one to bring in this group. He would be a good one to be on the panel of men. Would you like to be on our panel of men and then catch up? We about to talk freaky stuff coming up.
53 minutes in, Ace late.
You don't have to say, look, all we need is a voice. You don't have to say
Reese, can I ask you a question, Reese?
Yes.
How is it that when you ask your questions, here, me and Rico answer these questions, I didn't hear Marley answer now one question you asked in regards to the man. That's how you get
Because Marley,
man.
because Marley don't have to answer the question. He the producer, so you know he helps narrate and to guide you guys.
Nah, he male standpoint.
Y'all want to hear Marley respond? Marley, the people want to hear from you too, Marley.
It sounds like Ernest just want to hear from me. What you want to know, Ernest? Yeah, that is Butterman 202.
I think we gotta go commercial break. We're gonna commercial break off of that one.
Yeah, you sound good, Slick.
You back?
You sound good, Slick. Go ahead, you know, because he up to something.
I guess I'm back. I don't know for sure.
You good? Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, that shit got COVID. You got mass up that connection.
I wanted you to send me this link on not in the group, but to my page alone.
Oh, you think it's because I sent it to you, to the group? All right. I'm about to send it to you individual.
Well, he got it on. He's good now, right?
In the group.
I mean,
send it to me alone.
Yeah, he good.
But you good now. We can hear you good now, Slick.
He can't hear us.
Oh,
about 5 seconds late. That's why he keep cutting y'all off. It ain't that he doing it purposely. He hearing us behind.
Nerd gonna be her friend out there.
Mm-hmm. I sent it to you.
Okay. So the boys, the men. Okay. So you guys, so we know that Ernest and Rico are listeners, and that's good, and we know they're passionate about their family, friends, and their loved ones. Okay. So I want to know what kind of stuff grind your gears. What kind of stuff that you definitely cannot stand. What is a deal breaker for you? And a fuse blower, something that be like, man, you know, boom. Go ahead, Rico. We can start with you.
Boom.
You have some interesting questions, Queen. You said, again, let me be clear. Let's be clear here. What is it that you said, sister? I wanted to make sure I want to answer your question correctly. Could you give me that again, please?
what stuff you don't like? What is something that you don't like? What's like a pet peeve of yours? That's the best way of saying it. The pet peeves. We talking about that now.
Unnecessary negative energy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just you your way, like, oh, hold up. That's a number one no. Because team love over here, so it's how we gotta treat each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop whatever somebody gonna do. It's just unnecessary energy. You know what I'm saying? Like real over the top unnecessary energy. That's a pet peeve of mine. I can't.
Unnecessary negativity. Okay, the UN. Unnecessary negativity. All right. Same question for you, Butter.
Well, Butter man, I'm team hustle. That's just me. I'm not, I ain't gonna lie to you. That is me. I like to get it in, get it on. I mean, there's a time clock that we all on. You know what I mean? As you heard from other people in this world. So I don't like procrastinators or big bullshitters, bull messers. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always trying to be proactive, productive. Sometimes I move faster than myself, but that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, but you got to see the movement. You know what I mean? You got to move forward. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. So when people be making reasons like why they can't do it, why, you know, those people that was like, they can't help you out with your stuff, people that can't help you do this and do that, man, please, man, like kick them to the side, keep it pushing, man, for real at the end of the day. Because if you don't, you be on the sideline with them talking about you wish you could just like them. And you don't want that in life. Trust me. I know.
Okay. Something shined in blue. Molly, what are the people saying off to the side? I seen something move. The Facebook.
That's wrong, man. He talking about eat the shit starter, man. Loud, flirt, unloyal. Ain't say that would have take him off, you know.
Loud, flirt, unloyal.
Yeah.
That's what turned Ace off to be loud, flirty, and unloyal. Oh damn, that's me. Let me stop. No, wait a minute. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to a fault. You know, am I loud? Yes. Am I flirtatious? Yes.
All over the place.
You know, I just don't act on my flirtations, but I flirt.
No, you don't. There's nothing flirty about you, Reese. You don't be flirtatious out in public. What are you talking about?
Thank you, E. Thank you. I'm just friendly, right?
I would go more like friendly versus flirtatious for sure.
I'm not. You said I'm not flirtatious, right?
No, not at all. You're very friendly. Flirtatious, I don't see that one. Unless you're doing something behind closed doors we don't know about.
That ain't flirtatious. That's freakiness. We're going to talk about your favorite position in just a second.
Hey, Reese.
No, I mean the men. You can sell it to the world. You can say if you're a freak or not. Are you okay? The question is, are you docile or are you aggressive in the bedroom? Do you see it?
I am. All right. So I'm going to firmly hold, you know what I'm saying, my bedroom activities to the woman that's in the bedroom with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Apparently she likes it because she's there all the time. You know what I mean?
Some people like docile, but
well, let me ask you this, Reese. Do you drink Coca-Cola sodas, Reese?
Yeah, I try to stay away from them because of the caffeine and
but every now and then you might have had one, right?
Right.
But guess what? You don't have all the ingredients that was in the Coca-Cola recipe, though, do you? No, you don't. Nobody has all the recipes. Okay, so you can't get it all. Everything you're not gonna always get. Okay, so you can't have what type of person I am in the bedroom unless you're in my bedroom, and there's only room for one other person, and she has the ring on it, which is the key. So everybody else wants to
talking about that. We talking about. We talking
not
about
getting the secrets.
Okay, bedroom secret. Okay, you digress. You don't want to say if you're a Thundercat in the sheets or not. That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, listen, Reese, what you want to see? Reese, what you want to see? Police reports to Texas? What you want to see?
I don't need no forensics.
What they doing?
I don't need no forensics. I just want to say, is you a go-getter or you a humdrummer? You know, that's all.
I got her already. She got a ring on it.
Okay, the go-getter. You the aggressor, okay? And I know Rico will say the same. He the aggressor because Rico is the edutainer, right? So I ain't even gotta ask Rico that question.
Thank you, honey.
I ain't gotta ask. But Slicky,
Yeah.
and you know Slicky be rolling up on everybody. So I'll just go move on to the next question.
Y'all terrible. You terrible.
Slicky is aggressive with everybody. We all know Slicky.
You roll up on everybody else. Terrible.
Man, that
I'm about
plan.
to roll out on that
He
one.
back. Oh, let me see if he good.
Is he good? Yeah, that was a good.
I
Okay,
don't know if he can hear.
that was a little jokey joke. You know, break the ice and stuff.
No question.
It's a serious question though. That's coming up. This is as a man in this world in America, because this is where we are. You don't live no place else ever in
This
the
is
world.
America.
This is America. This is the
goddamn jokey joke.
He back.
He's back. You popping in like a damn poltergeist.
My man in heaven. What up, Slick? You can hear us?
If you can hear Slick, go ahead and answer.
I heard what y'all said. Goddamn is.
Get him, Slick.
You know your sister comedian.
Ron said,
Can y'all
man,
hear me?
y'all let this guy still talk, push his ass down the hill.
Oh my God.
Ron, you know he's a gangster. You know he gonna come for you, Ron. You know how my brother do. Oh, shit. Ron on the hit list. I don't want no parts of it.
Ron is so sensitive. Such a sensitive.
Ron, what takes you? Ron supposed to be in here too.
Ron is supposed to be in here.
Yeah. Sending you the link now, Ron. Sending you the link.
He's supposed to be doing the truth. Ron Hunt is supposed to, and so is Monty. They supposed to be sharing the truth.
You trying to get my shea butter.
Look, I don't know where the Monty is. But
Gotta get you better.
Slicky, is Slicky with me?
Sometimes he here.
You said sometimes.
Man, hey, look, look here, man. I just got a question here. How you all letting Slicky back on here? That Baltimore connection is not working now. You know what I'm saying? You got to phone a friend or something, man. Like,
he said the squeegee boys are acting.
Yeah, that shit messing up. You know, Slicky was live all night, overnight, man. That joint need a break.
Yeah, you got to redo the people.
He burning out the system. He gonna burn his system up.
Hey, so Reese.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Do you have any more questions for us men here? You know what I mean? Because we're very engaged in this show. You said you had some tough questions for us. You said some ladies was here. Y'all ladies all barking, no bite for real. I ain't no tough questions yet. Like, yeah, what's up with that?
Who is this?
Look, ladies, y'all, this is y'all open forum to ask the men anything you want to ask. Slicky, we get ready to play catch up with you. Could you answer the last question, Slicky? Oh, it's okay.
We got to give up on
okay.
you today, man. Just watch the show, Slicky. Catch us in the comments, man.
We're gonna go to
I don't even know what the hell the last question was.
Slicky's funny, man.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
Slicky funny.
He's serious though. He's serious. So I gotta watch out with him because
I can hear y'all loud and clear now. And I got this shit. I can hear y'all asses. I'm gonna snap on all y'all asses.
Ask him a question. Watch.
Look, that was wrong. Okay, the question, Slicky, and I'm gonna let you go first with this question. A serious question. You okay? We all live in America. This is where we live. But as a black man in America, how do you see yourself? How do you think America looks and view you? You know, personally, in your world.
You up, Slick? 5, 4.
How do I think America view me? I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't care how America view me.
How do you view yourself in America? Okay.
How do I see myself here?
Yeah.
Just trying to live and earn and do the right thing.
Okay. And obey the law. That means no violence.
That's
That
how I
means you
see
can't hurt
myself.
wrong. You can't hurt nobody on the panel. That means you can't shoot them, nobody, none of that. That's what that means, Slicky. Do the right thing. Rico, your question.
What'd you say, Dick?
How do you see yourself as a black man in America?
Oh, we got a question real quick.
Uh-oh.
We got a question. And it's Nene right here. She said, if a rich man offer you $1 million for your girl, would you basically, take the million for her? Give her up for $1 million. $1 million though, you might should have came a little more, but that's what one of the women in the audience is asking you, man. So that's the first question we got today. So we might as well start with you, Rico.
I tell you what.
Let's start with you.
Time is hard. Time is hard.
Look, tax free too, Rico. No tax taken out. Tax free.
It's hard out here for trying to get the money for the rent.
Somebody said bye, Felicia.
Listen, who said bye, Felicia?
He said bye, Felicia.
That's music to my ears. I'll be packing her bag. Come on, boo.
$1 million? Just $1 million?
Come on, girlfriend. Let's go.
Ernest, you know you next. That same question. What would you give your woman up for?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, the same question.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. It won't be for $1 million. Let me tell you why for real. Because people be like, yeah, whatever. Let me tell you why it ain't for real, okay? And this is why everybody's different, okay? Me and my lady, we make money together, okay? So if she was like, if it was a different scenario, whereas though, and I'm just saying if, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was one of those scenarios where though we wasn't in the state that we was at, and I felt as though she was just always nagging on me for something, like always asking me, hounding me, and all that stuff, like getting on my nerves about it, then I would easily take that $1 million, shorty. I ain't gonna even lie to you, I would. But I don't live that type of life, you know what I'm saying? And we're not in that type of relationship, you know what I mean? So because we're not in that relationship, because we make money together and we work well together, I'm not gonna lie to you. I will pass up the $1 million for my fiance right now. I will honestly say that I will.
Okay. Slicky, would you pass Beverly up for $1 million?
I could.
Where the $1 million at?
Wow.
Get him, man.
Wow, man. Crazy, man. Crazy.
What a hey. Damn, we gotta go pick Slicky up.
You ain't get nothing else with that, boy. You heard
People
that.
go somewhere and restart with $1 million. Okay.
Oh,
$1 million.
Y'all niggas terrible.
Okay. So $1 million, Ernest said no. Rico and Slicky say yeah. Okay, Ernest, we're gonna up the ante on you. $5 million. $5 million.
Who said depends if
listen, hey Reese, I need you to understand. I am unofficially a part of the money team. Okay, all right. So therefore,
So no
you're
amount
not.
of money.
I mean,
Okay.
and we know $5 million is a for real. $5 million is a lot because I don't have $5 million now, but I do. I will say that I feel as though my missus, her value is worth more than $5 million. But Marley made a comment earlier though. Marley did say you're coming in way too low. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to put that number up a little bit more. If you want a different answer from me, yeah, you gotta be up there,
got a question. Katina got a question for Butterman 202. What it is about her that makes him feel that way? What it is about your girl that make you feel this way?
Hey, wow, excellent question, Katina. It's the history that we had when we first met. For those that didn't know or haven't known, like I was once on a television show, poker television show, and then even after that stardom of fame, I ended up being homeless. And so she saw me sleeping in my truck one day, and like she offered me, she didn't even know me. Honestly, she didn't even know me like from Adam or Eve. She just saw me from being being in the neighborhood with the people, and she offered me, a place to stay. And then we just started talking, and It just grew. Honestly, it did not take off in like overnight neither. I think we was like friends or dating for like 2 years before we decided we wanted to be in a relationship with one another. So it was a progression for me, and what she did up front, and we never compare. It was never about money or things like that, and that's real big to me because I don't really vibe that type of way. I feel like when you with somebody, like they're gonna do stuff regardless for you. So never put a value on anything because when you with somebody and they with you, they down for you. I come to realize you are like beyond value. You're beyond value for real. So big shout out to Joyce Brown for sure.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, my
That
Stop
man.
was
it.
so
Stop it.
beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
y'all stop it. Y'all doing what? Y'all
Oh,
know what?
man.
No, that is
Hey,
emotion
go ahead
right
with
there.
that, Reese. Hey,
That,
put
that,
that
that,
down.
no, that's emotion right there. That's
I
the
know, man. I
man.
gotta get my shit together.
That's love.
Oh,
That's
hey
what I'm
Marley,
trying to
man.
find.
Where that Marley?
Nah,
Hey
I
Marley,
already
I'm
knew
about
the
to come
story.
find
I
you,
already
Marley.
knew the story. That's why
You
I mess
know
with Joy. That's my girl.
that's love. Thank you for asking that question, Katina. That was a good question. Is she
Yeah.
clapping too? Everybody can see. You can see the women are saying 10 across the board.
Now Joy got a problem. They coming at them, Joy. Be careful now.
Oh,
Got a good
I'm
one.
ready.
You got a good one over there.
Yeah. Tell your woman, tell her she got a good one. She got a good one. Wow. Rico, you got a good
He
one too.
said,
Your lady got a good one too. You know, Slicky, your lady got hell on her hands.
Yeah.
What?
man, we praying for you, babe.
We praying for.
Any other
Slicky's a
questions?
wild
Any other
man.
questions you got for us plug members today for real, Reese?
No, wait. Let's see
Oh,
if the
they
panel
pregnant
got
next.
another question. That's funny.
Oh, Nene says your woman sitting right there, E.
Oh, they
Oh,
pregnant next, girl.
So to answer her question, no, she is not here right now. She's actually out. I believe she's with her mom's right now. So I'm actually in the office by myself, just me, myself, and I. I don't know. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, she
okay.
watching. Okay.
Yeah, I see somebody
Dana
at
said, when is the
blue.
wedding? When is the wedding?
Hey, you know what, Katina? Great question. I've been trying to work on that initially. To answer your question, when I actually proposed to her, I did not want to be engaged. I just want to get directly married, right? But she she want to take her time with the house and all that other stuff. So I'm waiting for an answer on that too, for real, because I expect to be married by now, and I'm not. But I expect big things to come in the future. So hopefully we'll see how soon that future is, whether it's 2022, 2023. That's the best range I can give you right now, Katina.
Okay. Now, y'all men, I got a question for the men. Are you guys big on remembering things like holidays and birthdays and anniversaries? Are you big on stuff like that? Like, do you commemorate every little milestone, or in a relationship? Because all three of y'all are in a relationship. So, in a relationship, what do you think is important? Is it birthdays? Is it anniversaries? Or is it these man-made holidays like Christmas? What's important? What do you celebrate in your relationships? Slicky, you can go first, Slicky. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, Rico.
What?
He better come in.
Oh,
You know, you watch ESPN, they ask the dude questions, they just be standing there for like 5 seconds.
Our anniversary is important for me.
Okay.
Yep.
okay. Because that commemorates the union of y'all two getting together. Y'all two say the same, Ernest and Rico? Y'all say the same? Or what Trump's anniversaries, the birthdays? The question. What's important?
No man-made holidays, just the birthday. And each year it's been it's been definitely a appreciation for them being here. So you definitely want to celebrate the birthday if you don't mess with any of the man-made holidays and stuff like that. So yep, the birthday or the anniversary.
Okay. Yep, and birthday anniversary, yeah. You say the same thing too, Ernest?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I kind of know the answer to this question. I'm not even gonna ask that question. We're gonna put that. We're gonna put that. I ain't gonna answer. But okay. Next question will be: what do my audience say? Did Ace have a question? Did any? I
Nah,
can't.
if they got questions, I'll tell you.
Okay.
No, you ain't got some.
Now,
I got
as far as activities, what's a manly activity and what's a woman activity? Like, what is something that you do in your house in your day life that you feel that is manly or womanly? Like, what is something that you won't do as a man? All three of y'all in relationships, so it'll be like in the household. Wait a minute, we got somebody else in the house.
Truth popped in here.
Okay, Truth, did you want to
Late.
answer that last question? Any of these questions that Truth want to answer? And because Truth, you late, I'm gonna let these men on the panel ask you any question that they want to catch up on or want to answer on, because they be in here answering questions. So Slicky, Ernest, and Rico could go back and ask you any of the questions that you missed that they may feel they didn't want you to expound on. Is that okay?
No problem.
Okay. Do you Rico, Ernest,
Yeah.
y'all got any questions for Ron that y'all want him to answer since he wasn't in the group? Y'all want him to catch up on?
Man, nah, Ron over those questions. All he asks his own questions.
You done plugged in. Ron know what's up.
She said, which one of the questions y'all want him to answer that y'all already answered?
Oh.
Is he just getting in? Which one?
Oh, okay. Let me see here.
I want to send a special shout out there to One Finger DJ.
Slicky Woo.
Hey, so here's our question. Hey Ron, what is it that makes you what is it that can make you sensitive or that can bring a sensitive side out of you?
Y'all want to be truthful now? Because it can't go a little further with it.
True, yeah, we want the truth.
Hey Ron, you're on Reese's show now.
I know. I don't want to get it shut down. I don't want to get it shut down. What I become sensitive to is when. Are you talking about relationship wise, or are you just talking about in general?
In general.
In general.
Okay, in general, is that when you pour yourself into a person, let me say no homo, first of all. When you pour yourself into a person and you give yourself to a person and you become vulnerable to that person and they turn around and turn your feelings upside down, that's the only way I'll come sensitive when someone use me or take the advantage, think in their head that they're taking advantage of me. That's when I come sensitive.
Is that when you cry?
Cry.
That's right.
Well, I don't cry, but I take that back. I'll cry in silence is because I know what my mind would tell me to do. So I won't tell you. I'm not ashamed. If I do cry, I'm not ashamed to tell nobody. But at the same time, I would cry in silence because I would never let a person see my weakness. No matter how it is, you'll never see my weakness.
But crying, you think crying is weak, y'all? I mean,
society says weak, but if you go back, Jesus even wept. So he didn't wept because he was in pain. He wept because of the people that he couldn't reach as far as their stiffness and their hardness in their soul.
Right, because you'll cry over your children. You cry for your loved ones and stuff.
No, the only person I cry for is my kids. Loved ones, they can go kick rock. I mean, find the biggest boulder that you can find and kick.
You ain't got no loved ones.
That ain't loved ones then. You talking about just family members. God damn. I can't imagine what he tell us.
Hey Ron, here's the next question we want to know, right? Hey Ron, so like Do you recall your first time when you got into a fight? A fight, one-on-one fight. If so, like, do you remember how old you were when you got into your first fight?
Yeah.
As a child, I got bullied all my life. So back then, when I was in elementary school, when I was in school, I didn't know how to fight.
Oh.
So the thing about it is, I'm trying to.
It's all right, Ron.
It's
cool,
more
man.
of I was getting bullied in school because of the way I looked, and the thing about it is that I had to. I'm like a rat. You put me in a corner, I'm gonna whip your ass. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't that person going here looking for a fight
But let
because
me ask you, go back a little bit. You said because of the way you look, was you at a predominantly white school or something like that?
no, I was at a black school because I used to get teased about my lips. You know what I'm saying? Like those are normal lips.
I don't mean to laugh, man.
But your lips, man.
Lips.
God
Yeah,
damn.
that was no normal lips. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about and that was different. It was different for me and my sisters. You see what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, like I said, my life is an open book. I don't have no problem talking about anything. But as a child, I would fight if I was cornered.
Mm.
I wasn't one of those kids to go out and look for a fight. You know what I mean? But as I got older, things changed.
Right.
Because of my environment. So growing up in the hood, you are gonna get tested, but it's how you get tested. You know what I mean, and how you handle certain situations. Because peer pressure is something. Like now, I'm glad I'm not in this teenage world. The peer pressure is big back then, but now it's a whole different element. You know what I mean? They tell you how to shoot a gun. Back then, peer pressure was like fighting somebody you knew that was a bully. You fight that bully, or you go in CVS and steal, or you go play a prank on somebody. Those were peer pressures back then. But now it's like I said, it's a whole different environment on peer pressure now.
Y'all got a question to the panel by Ace. He said to the panel, what do you look for in a mate? Body / looks, mental / spiritual, or sexual / physical?
Good
So what
question.
y'all looking in a mate? I mean, yeah, I mean, all of them got mates. They about to describe they women like shit. Go ahead.
We don't want no, not doing, but what
Bodies
you
and looks,
did, what was
mental
you
and
looking for?
spiritual, or sexual and physical.
All right, I go first. I go first. With me personally, I mean, my missus, she was very standoffish. Like she never came onto the hood side of the street. You know what I mean? She stayed in front of her house. It was the looks for me. You know what I mean? Because she was sitting down, so I couldn't see anything other than the fact that she looked cute. She was light skinned. You know what I'm saying? Big top. You know what I mean? Like like yeah, like so like that's what you know what I mean. That's what you know what I mean. That's what made me look over that joint across the street, and it was like, oh, who that? And then so for me, that's what it was for me with her. I mean, but keep in mind, people, you know what I mean, when you're out, whether you're in a relationship, and this is my opinion, whether you're in a relationship, not a relationship, you know what I mean, if you're out, you know what I mean, it's different things that's going to attract you to look at to look at some person, to look at a person. You know what I mean? It won't necessarily be their butt or their front. I mean, it could be their face, it could be their outfit, it could be their dog, it could be their car for real. You know what I mean? All those little things subliminally attract you to like look hard at that person, then you see other features about them. And that's just my personal opinion.
True.
So all of y'all is physical.
Nah. Mine was with mine. I saw a sense of humor, and then I noticed that they were also attractive too. And so you know, I was like, I like the way they you know, it's just the energy of humor as well as attractiveness. So that's what caught me when I first saw them peoples, and you know, it basically is continued. We both like to have a good time, laugh. You know what I mean? That's important, as well as what's, you know, easy on the eyes. So it was a win-win with that. And then when you get to understand the spirit connection, that's very important too, because you know, it depends on what you're looking for, what you want at that time in your life. You know, for me, I was in a different place maturity wise, and wasn't wasn't looking to just jump into any relationship. I think I'm a prize. I think that person that I'm with is a prize, and I think we both had the good time. Serendipity, fate, whatever it is, good timing. But by the time we got together, we both were complete. I think with some parts of our maturity of getting to certain places we needed to be after relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's good to start one when you ain't with somebody who's pressed to jump into one, and they have been living a little life before you got to get with them, and they're in a good place and you're in a good place. So, yep.
Slicky, same question to you too. What attracts you about your mate or whatever?
First, I want to say, somebody get with Slicky, man. Let's pray for them, because he's a piece of
That's
work.
what we said. That we said that we prayed. Slicky,
Man,
Let's
you
move
got
to
it.
the person, man.
You
okay,
need to call
Ron. What about
Verizon.
you? He'll come in. What about you, Ron? What are you attracted to? Is it the looks first, or is it the personality, or is it spiritual?
First of all, for me to be attracted to a woman, I'm not even looking at the physical, because for one, what I learned about the physical is very deceitful. Because you got people out here perpetrating as far as their body not real. So I'm looking at, like, if a woman that kind of cut up like that, I don't care if you have 495, 395, 270, all the curves you want, that's still not going to attract me to you. What's going to attract me to you is, first, is conversation. So I have to do evaluation on a woman before I even see where she's coming out her mouth. I'm not going to talk to a woman, be attracted to a woman, if you coming out your mouth, what can you do for me? What are you going to do? You're going to pay my bills? I need this. I need that. And first of all, and I'm
Why
not.
she gotta smack her lips like that, Ron? Why she gotta go?
You got women. What attracts me to a woman is, first, her conversation. Second is her heart. 3, before I even look at everything else, I'm trying to see where your spiritual ground is. Because if you're going to be with me, we're going to have some kind of connection. I'm not going to be with you and you doing stuff for me, but you're doing it not because you love me. You're doing it for attention, or you're doing it just to try to have the upper hand on me. So women are very deceitful. Not all. Let me clear that up to your listeners. That's not all women. But you have to find a woman that can fit you. And this is what the saying is: you are what you attract. So if you trash inside, that's the kind of woman you're going to attract trash from, because she's not clean on the inside. The outside might look appealing, but the inside is just as worse as walking in a dark alley in a pissy alley.
Wow.
Slicky, you want to chime in? Is he still not with us?
Man, I don't know. It's been a good day.
Exactly.
Like a connection.
He in Baltimore. You think Baltimore get connection, man? Come on now.
He gonna get y'all. He gonna
let
get
them
y'all.
demon is coming.
So I see a blue light, Molly.
That's Ace talking about. I love the answers. Reese and Molly too. Everybody trying to get us. Ace said answer the question, Reese.
No, answer what question?
The same question you just asked them. You know, which one to mate? He ain't saying the woman, he's saying the mate.
And the mate. But I'm not on the panel, but I asked the question. It's the mind first. It's the like Ron said. I agree with what Ron said. It's the mind, because vision fade. Sometimes you can't see. So you better go with the person of mind and their soul and their spirit and their heart, because that's how they're gonna treat you. So yeah, definitely your heart and your spiritual, because if we're spiritually linked, and you thinking and you doing right, you gonna treat me right automatically. And I love what I love is an educated man. That turns me on. The enlightenedness. I'm a knowledge freak. I'm a freak for knowledge. So I like.
Y'all hear that?
like an informed man. So that's
I
just
mean-
Like,
me.
like a brother with a good on his shoulder.
A good hit on the shoulder.
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say that. I say a good on the shoulders. You put that in there. You
It
stuck
wasn't
that.
on my shoulders, my neck. What was this? My
But Reese ain't got no questions.
Okay, let's make up a topic that is gonna bring controversy to your show, Reese.
There you go. There you go. You know that's what he like.
Well, the topic that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, you
do
get
know
run
who
out of there.
Simon
There you go.
Do you know who Simon Coco is?
Who what?
Who is
Man, you
a lot of
talking
people do not know
controversial.
who Simon Toko is.
That's history now. Then
That's history. That'll bring a lot of controversy, but that's gonna be Monday show. So all of my listeners, viewers, I put out there, y'all do some research on Simon Toko. That's gonna be Monday show. You know why Americans don't know about him, but the rest of the world do. How we get left out the loop like that?
But how you just skip from whole one topic to
Yeah, that's the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Reese,
Well,
you
that's because you said something controversial. But that
It
controversial.
ain't controversial. That's history.
so let's talk about a topic that's gonna get your listeners
Oh, that
in the
was-
uproar.
Slicky got kicked again.
You
Let's
said
bring it
the
up in the uproar.
That's gonna get my sex.
What?
Huh?
That's get him in the uproar. Sex.
Y'all done got Reese jamming over here. Girl. This girl ready, Slip. Hey, Reese.
So let's talk
Don't let them
about
mess with you.
let's talk about this so-called man of God. Your preacher, Reese, your
My
bishop.
preacher.
What's his name, Molly? The one that's the false prophet that's
my
talking about.
man. Y'all don't stop hating on my man. He rap. He got all the gear.
That's not my preacher. What is you talking about?
That's definitely not.
So I mean, all jokes aside though, let's talk about let's stay on that topic as far as
So you gotta ask the rest of the panel. You know, do Ernest and Rico agree? Do they want to talk
I'm trying
about
to bring
religion?
a little controversy to your show because
Man, you late. You an hour late trying to bring controversy. We're hour 30, and I got another show to do in another 30.
Yeah,
so
fact.
I don't know what y'all
We
trying
passed
to do.
our.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth. He ready.
That is the truth.
Yeah, he ready though.
We gotta have our Freaky Fridays again, Ron. And when we bring Monty in on here and the whole male panel, that sounds like a thing. Freaky Friday where the boys used to have to go out and get the girls. That way the boys come in.
You
And
bring all the girls in this time, and we ask them questions. That's what you do.
Well, bring the girls in.
Yeah, all the girls. Y'all was in the comments. Nene, Katina. Who else was in there?
And then Ernest, you get your woman in. You think she come in?
Nah.
Hey, hello. Hey, hello. You don't speak of her. You don't speak of her without speaking to me first offline, man. Nah.
Well, okay. That's why I asked and said,
tell the
Ernest, do you
secret.
think your woman would be, okay. Okay.
All right, so other than that, though, but reason I had a great time, man. I had a great time on your show today talking about questions regarding men for real. I think we got some honest answers here. You definitely got some honest people on here. I really did enjoy it for real. I hope that I can come back on the show. I hope you got some more questions for me. You know what I'm saying, or the rest of the plug. And we may have some questions for y'all too. So I appreciate the invite.
Definitely. Plug them up, Ernest. Tell them what it is you do and your business and how they can reach you.
All right, well, and if anybody out in the world enjoys shea butter, botanical oils, or body scrubs, feel free to check me out on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok under Butterman, just like the word butter, Butterman 202. I'm a one-stop shop for you. I can't wait to hear from you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Ernest. Rico.
Well, I'm still waiting on my Shea Butter fans.
Don't do it.
I'm still waiting.
Ron keep buying it all up, man. He got my different scents. He getting the same scent. I want that scent too. Ron gonna buy him soon. You get him. Like that.
He don't. No guys like for real. Yeah, fellas, I'm telling you now. If you don't put in your request for what you want, when I put out the order list, I'm telling you now, Ron got you. And when Ron gets them, I can't tell you what the price is going to be, if it's going to be a price, because he don't normally keep them. He just keeps to himself for real. So
I do.
yeah, get up
Ron
early.
want to be nice and soft and
Line them all up.
supple.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
That's what the shea butter make you feel all nice and soft, and
Burnt,
you know,
man.
it feel good. The shea butter is
it
a good
feel
product. I use
Okay.
it. Now, Rico, tell the people
Yep.
where they can find you, how they can tune in.
Wisdom Inc. INC Network. Got a plethora of different opportunities to see some good edutainment, see the Black Wall Street energy. You know, we're doing our thing on Thursdays. We have a very serious cast of different folks who are bringing in all different great folks of ebony hue. And if not, you know, you can find us doing other things, cutting hair. If you need to cut, come holler at the boy, you know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So thank you for putting us on the show today. And I want you to have a great weekend, Virgo love. And, you know, we all supporting each other. So plug love, baby.
Plug love.
It's
Ron
Libra
the
season,
Truth.
man. Stop swinging that Virgo stuff, man. It's Libra season.
I said
Man.
plug
Oh,
love.
you said
It's
plug
Virgo
love.
I
annual
said
birthday,
Virgo,
boy.
man.
Hey, get this Hugh.
What he said, he was trying to say something. He forgot I got the controls.
Happy birthday to Mr. Marley. You know what I'm saying? His
That's
birthday is
tomorrow. Yes, we're gonna sing happy birthday to Molly at the end, because yes, in a few hours,
Nah,
our
he ain't
very
doing
own Molly will be
See, he tried
celebrating.
Get him.
that. Rico already gave me a
Bobby
lemon
Lee out
cake
there.
for my birthday, man. He gave me some lemon cake, man.
I got to find you a vegan cake now. I got to go out and find you something for your birthday too.
He need to set it up. I said, see, you'll never give me no love. You know what I'm saying? I be
Where they
sitting
can
there.
find you, Ron the Don? Where they can
Ron
find
the
you
Truth
at?
Hunt. And let me tell you, my son love his T-shirt, Ron.
Thank you.
I had to snatch it off of him sometimes because he's too much of a smarty.
I just want to say, I want to give a shout out to Rico. Rico do a plethora of things. Rico is an entrepreneur. If you want your concrete laid or some wood cut, go to Rico.
Rico do everything.
Rico does it all, y'all.
Not the wood cut, though. Not the wood cut.
You don't be cutting no wood out here.
The wool cut, not the wood cut.
That's my barber, man.
The thing about it is, I'm excited for everybody here. I just want to say that my thing is I want to see everybody grow and prosper. You know, I don't know if I'm still the plug or not, but I just want to say that once people see a change in you, I'm gonna get to the part about, you know, but I just want to say this, that once people see a change in you, people will start blaming you because you change, but you starting to see something in those people around you that's not kosher. And what I've learned about people is stop focusing on my camera and focus on your camera so you can get a better focus in your life. Okay. Now, you can find me at Ron Truth Hunt. That's my podcast. I sell t-shirts. I can make any design that you need. I have a nonprofit. And the thing about it is I love just to see successful stories from Black people that are growing. And to me is that when you see people growing, that just pushes you and motivates you to your next level in your life.
Yes, sir. Yes,
man, I like that lens. Look through your own lens. I like
own
that
lens.
one.
Yeah.
You gotta focus,
That was
people.
deep. That was deep.
Focus on your
Thanks,
own
Ace.
vision.
Focus on your focus is a t-shirt. You got to put that up there with a camera lens. Focus on your
The
focus.
eyeball up there.
With an
There you
eyeball.
go. Hey, you know what? You know,
With me
that's
holding
just
the
that's so crazy because now the world's getting a live episode of how we are in the group when we
I
when we hear something and we build and give it ideas. Like now everybody's seeing how we really roll now.
Focus
What
on
is
your focus.
Slicky saying?
It said,
Slicky,
God and I love you all.
oh, Slicky.
I'm thinking
Everybody put their one hey,
Slicky.
Hey, everybody put one finger up for DJ. One
yeah,
finger.
yeah.
DJ.
Everybody put their
man.
Well,
Tell
that's
him to
because
be
he's so
quiet.
bad. All he could do is one finger. He bad at what he do.
God
So,
damn it. Hey,
he,
let me
you
tell
know,
you
that
something.
one
No,
finger.
all he need is one
All
finger
he
to do what
need
he
is one
do.
finger.
Tell
That's
you
how
something.
He
bad the
can
man
do more
is.
than that. Yeah,
Give
don't
it
be
up for
playing, my
Slicky
man.
Boo Boo.
Hey,
Y'all
Slick.
funny,
Hey,
man.
That
Slick.
might be a logo though. That
We
might
turning
turn
up
into a
tomorrow,
logo.
man. You can get down here in DC, man. We're gonna do something, man. It's a holiday down here tomorrow. They blocking off the whole DC.
October the 1st.
Obama coming down. Shit, Trump coming down. This shit crazy, man. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
it's
on.
Marley.
coming to Molly's birthday party.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Marley, everybody coming in town for your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, man. I'm talking about it's good. They gonna have sky traffic. You never even heard of shit like that. It's
Sky
sky
traffic.
traffic tomorrow. Yeah, they're gonna have all, man. It's back. Everybody coming, man.
Well,
Wow.
before you tell DJ to come, he got to leave today.
He
So
already on his way. That's why he left. He already on his way. My man already on his way.
He said he got to leave
Oh,
today.
man. Y'all wrong. Y'all so wrong for that one.
That's
Man,
wrong.
you
I
say
did
great
not.
show.
Look, don't get
Hold
me.
up, Ron. You got to give him his C note though, player. You know he better. You said he gonna have to come down to the party. Came
Yeah,
down.
you already owe that
Oh, I ain't
money,
got no
nigga.
problem with that. Oh, I
Alright.
know.
Oh, he
But
got your money.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just to a point now that when he say he coming, he'll say he'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see him Monday because
It's
I
always
think he's gonna be on the.
money. Hey, Slick,
came
tell him
down
better
for that
than
party, though.
$100.
Look, he liked to make an interest. Y'all know he liked to make an interest.
Yeah.
He
I
came down
came
to
to
the
the
party.
conclusion. I'm just gonna keep pushing his ass in traffic and keep it moving.
You lucky my man can't get on here.
Boy.
You know you know he'd been waving that finger at you, Ron. You know you would have got it. Yeah, that's right. You know it. We got to get out of here. This has been Freaky Friday, and I thank y'all. And y'all do some research because Monday's show is going to be about Simon Toko and who is he and why we don't know about him over here in America. Why?
Because
why
Simon says,
Great Britain know about him, France, Europe, everybody know about him, but we don't talk about him. Shh. Why they had to, hush, do what they did. Look at him. He's I think from Angola, the Congolese. Check that out. Because when I did, it blew my mind. I said, I got to share this with my audience. So Monday, make sure y'all tune in, 10:30. Molly, I love you. Can we all sing happy birthday to Molly? Can everybody sing Stevie Wonder version? This is going to Molly Mall.
I got Beyonce and Rihanna coming tomorrow flying in to sing.
Hey.
He got Nene Ray.
There you
go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Molly Moss.
Happy
birthday.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Steve, come on.
Yeah.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
No,
We love you, Molly.
53, man. I'm getting there.
Look at E. Go ahead with that one leg. Come on, Mom. Celebrate Molly. There we go.
Hey, got the music.
Slicky do that.
Beatboxing. Hey.
Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Molly.
y'all.
Love you, Molly
Thank y'all.
Mom.
It's 43, man.
We love you. That's
Love
my
y'all
super
too, man.
producer.
Appreciate the
Molly
love.
Mom, $1 Million Moments. Get your Steve Moss and Shades of Blue. Go.
Look at my man, Slicky time. Happy B-Day, Ron. Damn, Slick.
wow.
What you talking about, man?
That's his finger, man. That's that finger. That's that finger.
No, that means he
only
that
move
pissed
them
off
joints.
at you, boy. Everybody wrong right now. He gonna get you, Slim.
Hey,
y'all.
he
Hey, y'all.
Come
He
back.
throwing up the gang signs, y'all. That's his gang sign.
Hey,
I'm
man,
sending it out
Ron.
to the world. I want everybody to come back and do their own show with me. I want a
Yeah.
Rico and Reese show. I want a Reese and Ernest show. I want a Ronald and Reese show, and Reese and
Yeah,
Ronald.
you definitely sound. You trying to get your motherfucking Freaky Friday on right now? Shit, I want Ernest and Reese and Ernest. You trying to get straight up Freaky Friday?
Come on, we're gonna do a Reese show. Reese and Ernest. That's the re. See, there you go.
Ron, tell
Rico
people how they
and
can
Reese.
see your last interview, man, with Judge Joe Brown. You try to be humble over there. You ain't mentioned you just did an interview with Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good. I want some of that barbecue sauce. Can you give me some?
Well, I want to say, it was a mixture of a congratulation and hating at the same time. But at the same time, I can't speak on nobody else, but it was a great accomplishment for me, because to reach that plateau, that tells me that I can really reach another plateau in my podcast world. But at the same time, y'all just wait till the next interview I got some stuff. I got some stuff lined up on I got some other good stuff coming up for the podcast. And the thing about it is that to do this podcast, he says bitch day for Ron.
Slicky done, yeah.
But to have Judge Joe Brown on my show, it was exciting and at the same time humble, because I have put a lot of time into my podcast. But the next guest y'all gonna see, I'm not gonna speak on it, but the next guest is gonna blow y'all mind who I'm having on.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna be another celebrity.
Is it a male or female? Is it gonna be a man or a woman?
You know Ron sexist.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a man.
No, nah. It's all I'm gonna tell you is they've been in the industry for 30 years. And the thing about it is, when I tell y'all, when y'all have a podcast, y'all have the key. And I tell Rico, Molly, and I'm telling you, Reese, it's all how you present yourself when you're reaching out to these celebrities about coming on your podcast. And it's how you come at them. And the way I get them is, how can I send you free shirts? That's how I'll get them. And I say, look, how can I send you something? They like that, because you got to remember, these people love to have their ego stroked. You know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong with, you got to stroke them just to get what you need. You got to remember, the more you get this and the more you reach out to these people, they love talking about themselves. So give them a little play, let them stroke their own ego, but at the same time, it's helping your podcast. Your key is to get your numbers up and get your podcast pumping like everybody else. So this is why you have to conduct yourself properly when you interviewing people. This is why I say, and moreover, people don't like being held accountable in their podcast. Podcast is because you can monetize your podcast. Your podcast can really grow. And you have to understand how this podcast will work. Everybody out here has a podcast, yes. But at the same time, how you do your podcast, you have to set and be apart from everybody else with your podcast. And the thing about it is that you cannot be unorganized when you have these people on your show, because you got to remember, these people got other stuff they got to do. So when they come in, you got to hit them with direct questions and make the questions to make them think, to stand out. Like if you reach out to, let's say you reached out to Babyface and he came on your podcast and you call him 6 months later. He said, oh yeah, I remember you because you interviewed me real good. That means he's going to have no problem coming on your podcast. So the podcast world, you can monetize it. You can do whatever you want to do. But at the same time, it's to have Judge Joe Brown come on my podcast. It's exciting for me. And I'm still, excited because that lets me know that I'm going in the right direction with my podcast. I don't do a podcast every day, though.
Great show, man.
We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our viewers and our panel today. We love that. Ain't nothing but love. I love all you guys. I'm surrounded by all these gorgeous, sexy men, ladies. But sorry, all of them are taken. So
No, I'm single. What are you
Hey,
talking
talking
about?
about? We all single. Rico and them is in the relationship. You speak for them. Don't speak for me.
I'm sorry, Molly and
Nah, don't
Ron.
be doing us like
Okay,
that.
but I'm sorry. I got it
I'm looking
wrong.
for. I was looking around like, where she at?
Molly and Ron are available, ladies. So they
Yeah.
right for the plucking. They right for the picking. So we got
Hey, you got
some.
That's
So
right.
we
I
quite
just
good.
want to elder women that's in your group. I'm the table, so you got to make sure your chairs can fit under my table. Not saying I'm all that, but I'm already the table.
So he already the table, like
Okay.
Kanye.
And I don't want just no ass being brought to the table.
Molly's the dish.
Bring to the
Molly's
table
the hot
when
dish,
I'm the
right,
table.
Molly?
I'm
the
the
hot
house,
dish.
man. I'm the whole damn house. You gotta get the table in there, you know. I got space for the table and everything. But nah, man, it was a great show today. It was a good show. We gotta do this again.
Freaky Friday might be a thing. I enjoy it.
Get
I
our boy
really
Ace
do.
in here next time.
Yeah, next time we bring change it up. We can change up the men. That's the list because we still got to get Monty up there. I want to get Monty and Ron on the same show because I love their camaraderie because that's like north and south. So yeah, definitely. And then we get Tom Mo and Ernest and Rico.
Ace said he down.
Oh, Ace say he down. Okay. We got to introduce him to the plug. Ace, that's J&A Productions. I did a show on Tuesday, and I want to say that the people were happy at the show. Ace said that I did my job. I did what I supposed to. So, Ron, I made the plug proud again. So, give y'all something to be proud of, y'all little sister.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work, sis.
Yeah.
Did she freeze on us? Look, Reese done froze on us too. How you freeze up on us? Where you at, Ree?
I'm right here.
Oh, you back. Well, we about to end this joint. You got anything to say before I end the show?
I love everybody.
I
love
see y'all then.
Y'all take care of yourself. Again, happy birthday. We're going to celebrate the whole month of October for you, Molly.
Yes, turn up time.
Turn up.
See y'all at 1, man. All right, Ron and Don.
All right.
We go.
Peace.
Everybody have a good